Sacred Beings and welcome to my channel. Today I have a lot of amazing information for you. We are doing part 2 of the Human Design Blueprint. So we are going to give you 10 more categories about yourself, how you were uniquely designed, and how you can use this information to live your best life, to fulfill your dreams and passions, and just how to be happier and have more well-being in your day-to-day life. So if you want to know how to unlock your powers of yourself by learning more about how you were created, then please stay tuned. And if you like this kind of content and you want to be part of our spiritual community, growing together while on our sacred journeys, then please subscribe. In part number 1, we covered what the Human Design Blueprint is, how to locate your unique chart, and then we talked about the 3 main categories, including your profile, your type, and your strategy. Today, in part 2, we're going to be talking about the other 10, which include your inner authority, your signature, your not self theme, your definition, your Incarnation Cross, which is my favorite topic, as well as your digestion, cognition, environment, view, which is my second favorite topic, and your motivation. So at this time, if you have not already seen part 1, it's crucial to watch that first so you know what we're talking about today and you know how to get your chart. So stop now, go to part 1, and then come back after you have watched that whole video, because you're not going to understand anything I'm going to talk about today unless you watch that part 1. Welcome back. At this time, we should have been done watching part 1. You have your chart ready. So let's dive in because I have a lot of information. I'm going to be talking really fast, and all this information I wrote down notes about. So that's what I'll be looking at, and then I'll probably put up here my chart so you can follow along with what we're talking about. So the first category we are talking about today is called your inner authority. This is where to find it on your chart. And for example, mine is trust your gut. So this sheds light on how you're uniquely wired to make decisions. And we make decisions every day. So this is going to be very helpful for all of you. There are 7 authorities. So they are called wait for clarity, traditionally called emotional authority, trust your gut, which is mine, traditionally called sacral authority, which can only be for generators or manifesting generators. Tune into your intuition, which is the splenic authority or the spleen. Talk it out, self-projected authority. Tune into your willpower, ego authority. Be in the right space and talk it out, the environmental authority. And lastly, wait a lunar cycle, which only applies to reflectors, which are the most rare of the Human Design Blueprint. So the first one, if you are clarity or emotional authority, you need emotional clarity before making a decision. So this can be difficult to make decisions because you never have 100% clarity, especially in the moment right now. So when you're trying to decide on something right away, if you feel like you're forced to make a decision, you need to experiment on waiting. And at the very least, give yourself 5 minutes to have yourself bring clarity to the decision. Or if for larger decisions, you want to sleep on it. So have a full night rest before deciding. And for the harder decisions, so like relationships or careers, they say to give a week to come to clarity before you decide. So for all of these, I highly recommend to read more about your authority by going to the link in the description. It's called theauramarket.com, or you can just Google what is the meaning of clarity or emotional authority in the Human Design, and you'll find information that way. So I'm just trying to give a little bit of everything throughout the rest of this video. Number 2, the gut or sacral authority, which is mine, is only going to be for generators or manifesting generators, is the gut knowing that in the moment is a strong hell yes or hell no. So you know right away based on your gut. You are known to respond with sacral sounds like uh-huh or when it comes to questions. So if somebody asks you something, oh, you want to go to dinner tonight? You're like, sure, right away. Or it's like, like I always go, like hesitation. So if you hesitate and you have the gut authority, That's a no. So we're told at a young age to use your words rather than sounds, but this is how they know something is right or not right for them. You can reestablish your relationship with trusting your gut if you haven't been trusting it lately by having a safe space to have people ask you yes or no questions and just going with your gut feeling. That's how you can practice how you know when you are positive of your decision. Number 3, tune into your tuition or the splenic authority, which talks about your spleen. So you are either a manifester or projector. The spleen is the center of fears, intuition, and health. It speaks to you once, moves on, and in the moment you have an inner knowing followed by fear-based questions. So the spleen speaks softly once and is done. So you need to nourish your body and keep it healthy, which is a great way to tune into it. Your mind and questions need to take a back seat. Once you start doubting or asking questions, then you've missed the intuitive answer. Number 4, talk it out or the self-projected authority. You need to hear yourself speaking out loud to make decisions. So you need a safe space and people who understand that you need to bounce yourself vocally ideas around the room from people to yourself to really make a correct decision. Try speaking to your phone and record what you're saying or journal anything to get it out of your mind. Once it's out of your mind, really listen to what comes out to make your decision. Number 5, tune into willpower. So this is the ego authority for manifestors or projectors. For manifestors, you're similar to the one I just talked about. You're connected to the throat and talking to listen to what you should do. It's important to listen to what you're saying in the moment. Listen to what comes out of your voice. So you might not even think about something. What you say, you need to listen to that, and that's how you decide. Don't try to control what's coming out. The ego will speak the truth. For projectors, waiting for the invitation is crucial in making correct decisions. You need people in your life to come and invite you to things. You will have the will to do something or not. So if someone invites you to go somewhere, you will know right away if you want to go there or not. But you need that invitation first. You need times of rest too. So get rest when you're not in the phase of doing. Number 6, right space, environmental authority, also known as mental projector. You need your environment to feel right around you in order to make correct decisions with clarity. If the environment is wrong, the people are wrong, so find a new place that feels right and really feel into the environment, not the mind, which questions everything. Lastly, number 7, the lunar cycle authority. So you're a reflector. This is only for reflectors, which is very rare. Let me know if you are one below. It's only 1% of the population. So allow a lunar cycle to flow through the transitioning authorities, so all the other ones, before you make your decision. That way you can use all that information from them, that knowledge, to make your decision. So the lunar cycle is 28 days. You have time to sample all the other authorities, gain information to come to the best decision. For small decisions like what do you want for dinner tonight or where do you want to go, that's pretty unrealistic to wait a whole month. So knowing what the environment is going to be like, that's going to help you in making your decision. If it doesn't feel right, then don't feel shame in asking to move or go to a new place or change the environment around you. Okay, now we're moving on to signature, which is a different category. And this is the key indicators of an individual's well-being and fulfillment when living in alignment with their nature. So there are 4 signatures. There's peace for manifestors, satisfaction for generators and manifesting generators. There's success for projectors and surprise for reflectors. So your signature, number 1, the first one, the peace signature, manifestors. You achieve peace when you follow your inner authority and initiate actions that align with your purpose. By embracing your natural ability to lead and create, you can experience a sense of fulfillment, tranquility, and harmony in your life. Number 2, if your satisfaction signature, like mine for generators and manifesting generators, you follow your gut response, so very similar to the previous one, and you engage in actions that truly resonate with you. You'll experience deep satisfaction in your work and life, live in alignment with your natural energy, and find purpose in your actions for fulfillment when you follow your gut. Number 3, success signature for projectors. You achieve success when you're recognized for your unique insights and wisdom and are invited to share your knowledge. By waiting for the right opportunities and invitations, you can experience a sense of accomplishment, fulfillment, and prosperity in your life. Lastly, number 4, surprise signature for reflectors only, remaining open to the unexpected insights and experience that emerge throughout that 28-day lunar cycle. You'll achieve surprise. By embracing the fluid nature of your energy and staying open to change allows you to experience awe and wonder and delight in your life. All right, let's move on to the third category, not self-themed. So what you are not. This is the specific sign that lets you know when you may be off track, that you're not self, and when to check in with yourself to come back into alignment when it arises. Each type has its own self, including frustration for generators and manifesting generators, anger for manifestors, bitterness for projectors, and disappointment for reflectors. So the first one, frustration, not self-theme, for generators and manifesting generators, which is mine. It arises when they engage in activities or relationships that are not in alignment with their sacral gut response. I will say the sacred jewel and all the sacral stuff is really aligning. By partaking in these activities that do not align with us, this leads to a lack of satisfaction and fulfillment in our lives, which may manifest as a sense of feeling stuck, unfulfilled, or unable to find the right path. Listen to your gut response and wait for clear guidance to overcome frustration. Number 2, anger, not self-theme for manifestors, occurs when you're not living in alignment with your true nature and often as a result of not informing others of their actions or intentions, or by trying to control their environment. This can lead to feelings of resentment, irritation, or explosive outbursts. Overcome your anger by learning to inform others of your plans and intentions, honoring your need of inner authority. So really tell people what your plan is. That way they're not surprised. Number 3, bitterness, not self-theme for projectors, arises when you feel undervalued, underappreciated, or underacknowledged for your insight and wisdom. This can manifest as a sense of being invisible, disconnected, or unimportant. Overcome bitterness by having patience and waiting for the right invitations and recognition, which will allow you to share your gifts and insights in a way that is genuinely appreciated and valued. Number 4, disappointment, not self-theme for reflectors, occurs when you're not living in alignment, often as a result of making decisions too quickly or being over-influenced by your environment. This can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction or a sense that life is not living up to their expectations. Overcome disappointment by waiting a full lunar cycle, 28 days, before making big decisions, and have a strong sense of judgment with your interactions with your environment and people around you. Moving on to the fourth part of this 10-part category of the human design blueprint is definition. So how we best process info and energy, and is a powerful tool to bring harmony to relationships and working with people. This helps you unlock your full potential and life purpose. So there are 5 definitions, which include no definition, single definition, or independent, which is mine, split definition, triple split definition, or quadruple split definition. So the first one, no definition, which is unique just to reflectors. They are highly adaptive and sensitive to the energies around them, great at mirroring and reflecting the environment and people they encounter. So I highly recommend, please Google no definition human design to learn more about yourself if this is you. Because that's such a short information. There's so much out there that your definition is going to help you with. So I recommend doing that. Number 2, single definition or independent, which is mine. You are naturally independent and you're happy in your own energy. You don't need others to complete you. You have a clear and focused energy, and you are more decisive and can quickly put your thoughts into action. The energy in your chart flows freely. Embracing doing your thing is healthy for you. So my mom even said growing up, Like I would just be in my room playing by myself and be happy and content. Still to this day, I don't have friends at this age of 30. I really don't. It's just coworkers, my boyfriend, and family. I don't need really friends. Oh, and you guys. How do I forget about you guys? But this helps. This is like playing with my energy with you guys, but getting to be myself, doing my own thing. So I'd highly resonate with this. Number 3, split definition requires interactions with others to bridge a gap between separate energy centers, often seeking relationships that complete their energy. These connections can bring balance and clarity to their decision-making process, but it's crucial to maintain good judgment in choosing relationships that support your well-being and authenticity. Number 4, triple split definition. You have a unique ability to perceive different aspects of a situation or problem, and you excel at understanding different perspectives. You may experience challenges integrating these separate viewpoints into a whole. Patience and communication are essential, and they allow for understanding, which will help when sharing your insights with others. Don't hesitate to get guidance from others with more experience and can offer new perspective when you're feeling stuck. Number 5, the last one for this is quadruple split definition. It's very rare to have this and indicates a highly specialized and unique energy dynamic. They have a very strong ability to navigate between different realms of experience and understanding, bringing unconventional and innovative insights to the table. However, you may also face challenges in establishing a sense of integration in your life. Embrace your uniqueness and create supportive relationships for personal growth and fulfillment. Moving on to number 5, we're halfway through this video. It's called the Incarnation Cross, which is my favorite. It's just, I love the information it shares. It's all about how we are here to express our purpose. So there are 192 different incarnation crosses. I am not going to talk about 192 different incarnation crosses. We're going to show you how to find yours, and then I will show you how to look up your cross. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to look at your chart, the one that looks crazy with all the squares, triangles, symbols, and numbers, and we'll be focusing on the top 2 tabs or gates on each side. So the right 2 tabs is your personality, sun and earth, and is the most powerful entry point as it speaks about how you're designed to express your light in the world, your core life theme. The left 2 tabs, gates, is your design, sun, and chart, and represents another aspect of your purpose that you may be less aware of and is a powerful tool for grounding your body and energy. So let's begin with mine as an example of how to read yours. My Incarnation Cross is made up of 4 gates, which is 35 and 5, 22 and 47. So my greatest gift and how I express my light. This is what your greatest gift and how to express your light. You want to go to this site, which I will link below. This will have all the gate number meanings. So go here and read about what yours mean if you're different from my number. I'll link it below. It's called at ahumandesign.com/gates/. So my 35 is the gate of change, the throat center, the center to embrace change and growth, adapting to new circumstances with ease and flexibility. You're seen as adaptable and resourceful. You're able to navigate life's transition with grace and resilience. So this makes a lot of sense, as I always go like with the flow when changes arise. Like I don't freak out, I just know everything's gonna work out. So the next one is what keeps me grounded, and what I receive on my journey is gate 5. So the gate of fixed rhythms, the need for consistency, routine, and predictability in life, providing a sense of stability. I thrive in structured environments, and I tend to maintain regular patterns in my daily activities, which leads to increased productivity and efficiency. So basically, I embrace change, but I feel most grounded in routine, which I think is so funny, which is true. Like I do a lot. I like being repetitive, and I like to plan things. Like even when we travel, I plan it all out, but I welcome change. So if there's like a roadblock or we want to go somewhere else, I welcome that. But deep down, I do like stability. Another aspect of my purpose is gate 22, the gate of grace. I really like this one. So the ability to create harmony and beauty, inspiring others through grace and compassion. So I hope that's what I'm doing for you guys. So I have a natural attraction to appreciate beauty, nature, art, and emotional sensitivity, which using my talents to create environments that nurture well-being and uplift the spirit in others. Lastly, what grounds me in my body is gate 47, the gate of realization, the ability to make information and experiences easily understandable. I also hope I'm doing this for you guys, expressing myself, making it easily to understand, which this leads to moments of profound realization and clarity, often seen as a deep thinker and problem solver, able to integrate diverse perspectives and insights into a greater whole. I really liked that. So, hope you guys liked yours too. Let's move on to number 6, which is the digestion, which this is also talking about literal digestion, but how you take in information and process it, but also how you digest and take in food and process food. So how we take in and process information, physical and emotional experiences, it's impactful on our physical health and overall well-being. So first, let's look at the arrows on the top of the chart. So the next 3 categories after this talk about the other arrows, but I don't really mention that. But this arrow, the top left arrow, is it facing left like me or facing right? So if it's facing left, you thrive when you keep yourself nourished, well nourished, like healthy and hydrated, and you don't like to go too long without eating. That is so true. It says fasting may not feel natural to you. And I've tried fasting and it's super hard for me to do. I just want to eat food. So if you're right facing arrow, you don't require as much consistency around you when you eat. Fasting may feel natural. You eat when you're hungry and drink when you're thirsty, even if it's at random hours of the day or night. So think when they talk about food and digestion of think of it as a way of your life. So me, I consistently need nourishment. I need to be drinking and eating and pleasuring myself, like having stimulation, right? Happiness, indulgement. Where the one with the other arrow is they don't really need, all that stuff. They just, whenever it's there, they'll take it or they'll randomly go indulge. So think of that when I talk about digestion, comparing it to life and people and experiences. So if you are consecutive or alternating, what's most important to you is simplicity in what you eat and in life. So you like the simple life. Take it one ingredient at a time or one moment or day at a time. The next one, open or close, which is me, says you're naturally picky about your food. You're designed for repetition. So stick with what you love and eat food that bring you pleasure. If you find something you love, stick with it until you feel inspired to change up your routine. You may find you love eating with the seasons, which I do enjoy my pumpkin spice around this time of the year. Well, I know it's kind of over pumpkin spice, but I did have pumpkin spice coffee this morning. But yeah, it basically says do what I love, like follow what inspires me and keep doing that. And same thing with my food, eat what I like. Be picky, it's okay. So if you're hot or cold, you're super sensitive to the temperature in your food. So this is pretty literal. Hot, you like warm food, so like soups, coffees, teas. Cold, you like cold food, so smoothies, fruit, salads. So that also might be with your life. Like you like the healthier, raw stuff, a healthy lifestyle. And then if you like the hot stuff, you might like spicy, you have a spicy life. So the next one is calm and nervous. So super sensitive to the energy levels around you when you're eating. So calm enjoys a peaceful, quiet environment, while the nervous may prefer eating with stimulation around them. So at a busy restaurant or eating on the go is what it's saying. Like you could be eating standing up or, leaned over a counter, when the calm wants a nice dinner or sit down with a twilight candle or low music or something. And the same thing with your life. You have a calm, peaceful life. The other one has a more exciting life. High and low is the next one. Sensitive to acoustics when you eat. You like your ears to be pleased while you eat. So it could be music or being around people that are talking in a busy restaurant. So you probably have a very musical life. And then lastly is the direct indirect, which is sensitive to the time of day. So sun up or sun down. More about when you eat, the time you eat, not really what you eat. So direct is when the sun is up. So lighter foods when the sun is down. Indirect digest best when the sun is down and then have lighter meals throughout the day. So this could be like one person's like a morning person or a night person, a night owl, or someone that's staying at home at night, or one person's going out at night. So that talks about your lifestyle too. So I do highly recommend to read more about digestion, and I'll link it below, but it's the humandesignblueprint.com/digestion and the human design, just because there's a lot of stuff to read and I don't have the capacity to do that in this video. So let's move on to 7, the cognition. So this is the strongest sense or most powerful instinct that we can use to access what food, partners, friends, opportunities, and more are right for us. So this is the senses that you're known, like smell, taste, sound, all of those. So smell is the first one. So your most powerful sense is your smell. You're meant to choose things that smells good. If you don't like the smell of a place, a person, etc., use that to guide you through life and help you make your decisions. Taste is mine, which I thought mine would be smell or sound, but I guess mine is taste, which I guess kind of makes sense. If a person or experience leaves a bad taste in your mouth, trust that instinct and honor that that person or experience is not right for you. Outer vision is sensitive to the aesthetic. So it's important for your food to look beautiful, for your surroundings and environments and spaces you're in to look beautiful, and that they're visually pleasing. If it doesn't look right, it may be useful to move where you are to a more beautiful surrounding or a prettier person. So inner vision, your inner world is very alive. It may help to close your eyes when you're chewing food to really enjoy it, or close your eyes when listening to music or in a conversation. That way you can really decide what you want by focusing on how you feel when you close your eyes. So you may see better with your eyes closed, and it may feel good to pause and be present in that moment to really help you make your next decision. So the feeling is the next one. You're sensitive to the surroundings, to smell, sound, light, electronics, so all the vibes. So this is just feeling when the vibe is off. So use that intuition to make your decisions. It's a very, very powerful tool. Just, you walk into a room and you know something's off, and you could just turn around and leave. Lastly, touch. So gather information through your hands. When you touch things, you'll know if it's right for you. So you may like preparing your own food the way you like it. You may touch fabrics or blankets to figure out what you like, or hug a person or feel someone's hair to see if you like them. I don't know. All right, let's move on to environment. We're almost done. So the environment, we each have a place where we find the most flow and least resistance for our well-being. So there are 6 environments, so let's get started with them. The first one is caves. So if you have this one in your chart, you thrive in spaces that feel safe, protected, and cozy, where you feel secure, settled, and have control over your space. So I recommend going to this link below, which talks about the environment, because it gives you examples of what it means. It does not mean go live in a cave somewhere. It talks about the coziness of a cave and the safety. So if you have this one and you want to read the examples, which I will tell you what mine are, just so you know what to expect. So the second one is markets, which is mine, which I thought was pretty interesting. But you thrive where there is an exchange happening. So a business environment or around makers. You feel closest to those you work with and are highly selective about your spaces. So the examples that I'm talking about include creative spaces, farmers markets, which I used to go to farmers markets and sell my handmade jewelry, online learning platforms. So this YouTube feels pretty similar to, we're exchanging information, things like that. Cafes, like a little coffee shop, an art fair, a grocery store, a cute downtown areas. So all this sounds like me. I love walking downtown, love going to those shows where there's vendors everywhere and just people doing their thing and having fun. It sounds a lot like me. So moving on to 3 is kitchen. So you thrive in a space where it feels like things are happening and where you can be the center of action, feels creative and buzzy. So go to that link to see your examples of what that actually means. Number 4, mountains. So you thrive in elevated spaces up high, allows you to see the big picture, clear your head, and start fresh and rejuvenated. Number 5, valleys. So you thrive where you like the acoustics, how it sounds in the space. And you like where you can feel like you can access other people and info whenever you liked. So this one I looked at the example, I didn't write it down, but it's like a cabin in the woods, but close enough to a town. So close enough to have access to people, but peaceful, nice sounds, maybe by a river, stuff, place like that, which sounds nice. Number 6, shores, on the edge where one space transitions into another. It feels good to have tension of a different kind of space nearby. All right, let's move on to number 9, and then we have one left. So number 9 is my second favorite topic. It's your view. So how you are meant to perceive and view the world, which is most aligned with yourself. So this is also the bottom right arrow of the chart. So if yours is facing right, like mine, it feels natural for you to zoom out and see things from a wider, more expansive lens, seeing things others might not see. If your arrow's facing left, it's more natural to zoom in on the details of something, seeing and investigating the details very deeply. So there are 6 different views. The first one is survival. So you look out at the world with a lens of trust. Trust you'll be taken care of in the decisions that you make. The second one, possibility. Look out at the world feeling that anything and everything is possible. Number 3 is power. Observing who has power, who doesn't have power, and how to navigate through it all. You can get taken off track if you get stuck trying to figure out how to use all the power you see for yourself and for your own benefit. The next one, wanting, which is mine, seeing what needs to be fixed and made better. So this is not about fixing it all yourself, but simply seeing it and recognizing what could be better in the world, which I thought was pretty magical. It says you can get taken off track if you get lost in trying to fix everything you see. And they said in the book, it's impossible to fix everything. And I know that. And even at work, I'll get overwhelmed with trying to organize everything. And I'm like, just take it slow. You can't get it all done in a day. The next one, probability, keeping your feet on the ground with the decisions you make and the way you see. You can get taken off track if you lose touch with reality and are not smart about what you committed to. Lastly is personal, which is seeing how you will be personally impacted. So if you have this one, it says live as you are in the way that feels right to you without trying to fit in. That's how you need to see the world. And then lastly, number 10, the end of this video, I can't believe we made it this far. I need a drink of water. Is called motivation, the driving force behind our decisions and action. There are 6 motivations and then we are done. The first one is fear, which is going to be the longest. The rest are shorter just because it's mine. I want to show you the information that's out there. There's more than just what I say on this video. So fear. This is my motivation, can drive individuals to take action or avoid certain situations. This can manifest as a fear of rejection or failure. When in alignment, it can be useful for identifying potential risk and dangers. When fear becomes a dominant force in your decision-making process, it can lead to avoidance and limit our ability to pursue our passions and aspirations. So this works well with my ability to adapt to change that they said earlier and think positively about outcomes. So I always say if it doesn't scare you, then it doesn't mean much to you. You don't really care about it unless you have a fear of it not working out. Also, it's always when you want to give up or you're scared to keep going, is when you reach your goal. And I do that a lot when we used to go hiking a lot. I wanted to give up and turn around, but you go a little bit more and push yourself, and that's where that beautiful view is that you just started this for. Like, that's when you reach your goal. And then also, after you beat fear and you get past that, you realize how small the thing was that you were afraid of in the first place. And then the last part about fear, just if you have this one too, is that you always want to accept that if you do fail, like, and you were scared to do it and you still fail and you were like, I knew I was going to fail, you know that that wasn't for you and it wasn't meant for you and that something else is better waiting for you. So let's move on to number 2, which is hope. Maintain a positive outlook. The belief in your ability to overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. When in alignment, this can provide a sense of purpose and direction. When it's too dominant, it can lead to disappointment if our expectations are not met. Number 3 is desire. So pursue their passions and fulfill their needs and wants. A drive to succeed in your career and or personal endeavors. In alignment, you feel purpose and fulfillment. If it's too dominant, it feels obsessive and burnout. So number 4 is need. Meet your basic physical and emotional needs. A desire for security and stability. When in alignment, you feel safety and support. When it's too dominant, it limits your ability to take risks and pursue your passions. Number 5 is guilt. Make amends for the past mistakes and seek forgiveness. Desire to live up to our own or others' expectations. When in alignment, you have personal growth and transformation. When it's too dominant, you feel self-sabotage and limit your ability to move forward. Number 6, and the last one of this video, is innocence, a sense of wonder and curiosity, a desire for new experiences and ideas. When you're aligned, you feel creativity and innovation. When it's too dominant, you may feel naive and vulnerable and fail to recognize potential risk and dangers. So that is all of the human design blueprint. I know this is a super long video. Please check out part 1 so you can be reminded of how to go on Instagram and other apps and platforms to get those little quotes maybe every other day as a reminder of what you should be doing with your unique design. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have a happy holiday and a happy new year and all that good stuff. Bye.